So, the world is a construct of our own minds, just like our minds is a construct of names and forms, symbols, a self-made prison of concepts, ideals, measurements, assumptions, expectations, desires, memories, and conditioning. So, just like the world, the mind is also temporary, changing constantly. And just like the world, the mind is always unsatisfactory. It's never at rest. It always wants something more. And just like the world, the mind is not self. From the point of ego, from the point of view of mind, the world is real, but it's always changing, impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not self. But from the point of view of enlightenment, self-realization, it's just the opposite. The world is perfect the way it is. At every moment, it's coming into existence, existing for some time, and then passing away. So, from the point of view of self-realization, of enlightenment, the world is permanent. But we see the world as a constant process of creation, maintenance, and destruction. Triguna. Similarly, from the point of view of the ego, the world is imperfect, unsatisfactory, suffering, dukkha. But from the point of view of self-realization, the world is a picture show, like a movie, a tragicomic movie, drama, that just goes on and on and on. Trashier than the worst South Indian sitcom. All this crying and mayhem. But from the point of view of self-realization, the world is endlessly entertaining. Because we know it's just an illusion, it's just a picture show. And when it's over, then the reality, underlying reality, always exists. And finally, from the point of view of self-realization, the world is self, because there is nothing but self. But compared with self, consciousness, awareness, being, Brahman, the world is just a dream that Brahman dreams to entertain himself. So it's like there's a famous deity of Vishnu lying down on the snake, Anantashesha. And he goes into a yogic sleep called Yoga Nidra. And in this sleep, he dreams all the worlds into existence. So in the same way, we, in sleep of samsara, of conditioning, dream into existence a world which has apparency but no reality, because everything in it is simply temporary. It comes into being at a certain point, exists for some time, and passes away. So we can't hold, we can't cling to it. We can try, but it will cause only frustration, anxiety, needless suffering. So the mind and all the structures in the mind that pretend to be rigid and permanent aren't real. They're just like a program on TV. Huh? You can always change the channel. Oh, these days you hit a button, right? Next channel. Is there anything good on? So we're all like that couch potato, huh? That boob watching his tube, isn't it? Surfing channels to see if there's anything good on. Waiting for the show that we want, but never seem to quite get. That's life. Huh? It's nothing more than that. And to endow it with more significance or reality than it really has is delusion. So from our point of view, we see the world being constantly created and coming into being, and on the other side passing away and disintegrating until there's nothing left but emptiness pouring into the void. And we have great compassion for those beings who think that this is real, but it's not real. And the moment you simply adopt the point of view that it's not real, you're liberated. Mukta. But to do that, it's not just an assumption. It's not simply a logical premise that you adopt and then come up with a whole riff based on it. Huh? No, it's an experience. A profound, deep, permanent experience of a different reality. That reality is called enlightenment, self-realization, moksha. The other night I had a dream. I'm very happy with this dream, so I want to share it. I was in this place, kind of like a gray, featureless, institutional kind of place. And I was being guided somewhere. And I had a little piece of paper in my hand, like a ticket. Huh? And they said, you have to go to number 8 and get your ticket validated. So I went into this place, and there was nobody sitting in number 8. 7 and 8, the chairs were vacant. There was nobody there, but 6 was there. So I said, hey, can you validate this? And she said, of course, any of us can. And she said, just put the ticket there on the reader. And there was like a little thumb reader, that kind of thing, you know. So I put the ticket, and then she said, okay, that's it. You're released. And I walked out of that place into the fresh, cold rain. And there was off in the distance a carnival with a Ferris wheel and a merry-go-round. Far away, I could dimly hear the carnival honky-tonk music. So I'll let you make of this dream whatever you may. To me, it means it's a confirmation, validation, that this is it. If you get this, if you understand this Advaita properly, you will have this experience of being outside of what is customarily called reality, because that reality exists only in the mind. We dream up an explanation or an interpretation of the facts, And we live in that explanation, in that interpretation, and we reason about our interpretation as if it was real. But the Buddha said, there are two kinds of things, Dhamma and Adhamma. Dhamma is what's real. Dhamma is what exists, what comes into being all by itself, by the will of God, as you might think, or nature. And Adhamma is what we make of it, what we speculate, what we construct about it. Pay attention. The kind of ideas and framework that we bring into our experience of reality, and that changes it. It turns it into unreality. So everything that is Dhamma. But then there's all of our speculations and thoughts and reasoning and logic and interpretation and metaphysics and explanations and theories and all that mental junk that we create around us. And that's Adhamma. That's not real. So the whole process of yoga, real yoga, not just doing postures, that's good exercise, but that's all it is. Preparation for sitting. So when you can sit nicely, you can meditate. And what does that mean? Getting rid of all that stuff. All those explanations, all of those interpretations or misinterpretations. And just allowing the reality to be. Like Ramana Maharshi says, just sit and be quiet. In that stillness is the truth. In that silence is the reality.